ماذا يحدث في العالم؟
Hey, everybody. Welcome to What in the World?
Hi.
I am Adam Todd Brown.
Quincy Johnson II here. How are you?
We are your hosts with the mosts.
Like anxiety, the most sad, the most sads,
Yeah.
all the sads.
All of those things. The most dependent on weed. Most depressed about the future of the nation.
Oh, yeah. The most scared about just stuff in general.
It's bad times. What have you been up to?
I have just been working my ass off trying to make it happen and get famous.
You and me both.
Yeah, man.
Well, except for the working my ass off part. I mean, I work, but just on podcast. Podcasts aren't going to make me famous. I'll have to get famous and then the podcast blows up. But
it's like a chicken or egg kind of deal.
Yeah.
Okay. We could go for chicken. Let's get some chicken and eggs.
But I could be wrong. I feel like that's how it went with Mark Maron. His podcast got big and then, chicken and eggs sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm actually defrosting chicken wings in my refrigerator right now.
Look how the universe works.
Because I'm going to fry up some chicken wings tonight.
It's ironic because this is a very chicken-centric episode we're about to do.
It is chicken. Nothing I've said so far would get me killed in India, fortunately. Yeah, I thought this was going to be kind of a lighthearted episode.
Here's what's crazy. When you sent me the title of the episode, I was like, oh, this is fun. This is like Darkwing Duck or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's probably like a dude who dresses like a cow. Oh, for the people listening, we're talking about the cow vigilantes in India today.
Yes.
And when I read cow vigilante, was like, oh, there's a dude who's like Batman, but with cow powers, I guess.
Yeah, just like the Chick-fil-A mascots, but more vigilante-like.
Yeah, like hitting them like with udders with like high-powered milk, stun milk. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with the stun milk out of the teat.
And the thing is, you hear vigilantes and you hear that they're lynching people, and at that point, you're like, okay, so it's not funny, but it's still kind of funny, right? These old crazy religious people.
Crazy vigilantes.
No, this is weirdly enough. I like how, you can't tie this to Trump, but you can tie this to, this is just another example of an authoritarian regime taking power in a country and trying to inflict their values and ways of thinking on the populace at the expense of an entire minority group, which is a thing we see every fucking time in so many countries. So
it's happening like there's always time periods of progress and peace and understanding, and then all of a sudden things come to a head, and like dominoes, it'll happen in one country and then the next and then the next. Because we're just idiot Homo sapiens. Our brains are all hardwired the same.
Yeah, it's like we always preach, never forget history or you're doomed to repeat it. And we repeat it all the time. We repeat it fucking constantly, especially right now.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, the most interesting part looking into this, because this idea was originally Ashley Bess's idea. She does a lot of the research.
Shout out to Ashley.
For this podcast, for the Conspiracy Podcast. And we appreciate it. And she sent me this idea, and I thought, that's funny.
That's funny.
Oh, it's
cow vigilante. I bet he's
really
just like
not funny.
He's like, moo going down, burglar. Hey.
But yeah, what's actually happening is these are Hindu nationalists. And, you normally associate the Hindu religion with peace and things.
I associate
things of that nature.
I associate it with the Kama Sutra, ladies. Wait, I'm supposed to say that to the camera. Ladies.
There it is.
That's how I sound in the bedroom. That's not the sound you make when you orgasm?
That's actually a soundbite of Quincy.
That's my organ. Yeah, I have some porn up on what is it? Pornhub. Just search my name. You'll find it.
We couldn't use the Howard Dean scream for copyright reasons, but Quincy
orgasming. That's public domain at this point.
Oh, gross. So, what this basically is Hindu nationalists have swept recent elections, and because their way of thinking is now the mainstream, they're in the highest positions of power, it's emboldening other fundamentalist types in that area to act a little more aggressively and a little more violently.
They're feeling emboldened,
right?
If you will. I wonder where we've seen that happen before.
It's so fucking nuts how this is the same story every goddamn time, because like you said, this party that's in power now is basically a reaction to a long string of years of liberalism in India, where there was this ruling party that was a little more inclined to accept Muslim customs and practices.
Because people like Mahatma Gandhi and just, rational thinking overall, it tells you to embrace each other.
Right.
World peace is a wonderful thing, guys. Let's all hang out and have fun together.
Right. And this is another, one of those situations where that party's in power, but these groups don't really represent the majority. They just represent enough people to get into power, but they're hugely popular. Now that they're in office, they're not doing much to make people hate them, other than probably trying to ethnically cleanse the area of Muslims. Is that the way you say that? Ethnically cleanse? I mean, ethnic cleansing is a thing.
I mean, sure.
Good enough.
It's a cleanse either way.
Good enough.
I usually do a juice cleanse, but a Muslim cleanse is, I hear it's relaxing. Very freeing.
Very free, depending on your way of thinking. Very freeing. So let's talk about what's caused this. In 2014, a guy named Narendra Modi was elected Prime Minister of India. And Modi is a Hindu nationalist and a member of the right-wing Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, which thankfully is abbreviated RSS.
The old RSS.
The old RSS feed.
The old right-wingers, man. Like the right wing of any team.
Yeah.
Right. Who plays right wing for the Kings? I don't know, but he's probably racist. You see what I'm saying? Because
probably
he's a right
piece
wing.
Of shit.
Yeah.
Is that an actual position in hockey?
Yes.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'm going to say yeah. It sounds hockey-ish.
Good, yeah. It sounds like they'd have a fucking wing.
Yeah.
You don't fly. He was elected as part of the backlash from the previous, more liberal, but also very corrupt administration, which is, these are all running into one another now. But I think what happened in Romania, or I think it was Romania or Turkey, one of the two, where they had been under communist rule for such a long time. Yeah. And they were finally freed from that, but they accused the people who took power of kind of consorting with the elites. Yeah. And that's a word that comes up a lot.
The old backlash.
Anytime there's a movement like this, you always hear the word elites thrown around a bunch.
Well, yeah, we gotta preserve our culture. We have to preserve who we are. We allowed these people in. They need to be more like us, because that makes perfect sense.
Assimilate. Let's talk about...
There's a reason why the Borg didn't win, guys. Just letting you know right now. There's a fucking reason, and it's not because they were all white. I'm just saying.
Let's talk about Modi. He is, like I said, the current Prime Minister of India. He was introduced to the RSS at the age of 8, because that's what you do.
Hey, man.
Whether you're talking nationalism or cigarettes, you get them young.
Look, over here, kids are in AAU basketball and Pee Wee League football and Little League baseball. In India, it's Pee Wee League politics. You know what I'm saying? Get them in young.
Exactly.
We mold them early so that by the time they get to high school, they're already getting college offers. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Let's get these kids. It's like a political factory over there.
It is. But and that is, we joke about it, but that's how these groups work, especially when it's with really radical ideas. You have to implement them early, because you couldn't come to me or you right now and be like, all right, hear me out. Let me just explain the Nazi stuff to you rationally. If you just hear me out, we would be like, I will punch you if you don't move. But a kid,
I want to meet the door-to-door swastika salesman. I want to meet him because, he believes in himself. He's fucking Willie Loman over here. Like, I'm still going to sell these swastikas. Somebody's going to buy them. And he's just going.
And now we just gave that PewDiePie son of a bitch his next internet video.
Yeah.
Going door to door selling swastikas.
There you go. You're welcome.
For an
cutie.
internet prank.
You're welcome. Whoever. Garbage.
Fucking internet. He's some YouTube guy who keeps saying racist shit on his videos.
Nice.
So of course he had a Disney deal for a while.
No,
and then you won't believe what he did right after he got the Disney deal.
What?
He did some racist shit.
No.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then Disney had to drop him. It was
But he
weird.
still got the money though, right? The upfront cash.
Yeah, I'm
the
sure.
signing
I'm
bonuses.
sure he kept a good portion of that money.
Nice.
Yeah. So
we that just lets you know we have a backup plan if Unpops doesn't work out.
Yeah.
We're gonna sign a deal and then get really racist.
we are going to monetize racism.
There you go.
It's either that or we're going to weaponize it and take office. And you don't want us in office. I promise you that.
Imagine Jeff is vice president.
Yeah.
Of anything.
We've studied a lot of brutal regimes. We could I feel like me and Quincy could take over a small Latin American country right now.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. At least from a popular, like grassroots kind of standpoint.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Just get the pods out to the people. We'll send them on cassette.
We'll put, we're going to put MP3 players in the butts of all the AK-47s. That way you can listen to our podcast on the battlefield. You're welcome.
We're
welcome.
thinking
of you.
That's your recipe. How to topple a foreign government. MP3s embedded in the weapons that you give them.
There you go.
Get some funds from Congress for that.
Bluetooth weapons? Come on.
Right?
Nobody's
it's the
doing
future
that
of
yet.
battle.
Come
It's
on.
the future of battle.
Let's do this.
Most weapons don't even have the headphone jack anymore.
Wow.
Because they're moving
AirPods.
straight to Bluetooth.
Hey man, sometimes I need a little old school analog, but sometimes I need that Bluetooth. I
You need that
wireless.
Bluetooth
I
on
need
the
that
battlefield.
hands-free.
You need that
wireless.
range of motion.
There you think of
That's how you shoot
genius,
a gun.
sir. You're a goddamn genius.
Thank you. So let's talk about this son of a bitch. He was appointed chief minister of Gujarat in 2001. And his administration was seen by many as being complicit in or outright planning the 2002 Gujarat riots.
This is a trend I see in his rise to power. There's always violence surrounding it.
There's always violence.
Even when he says there shouldn't be.
There's always violence. It's always targeted toward minority groups. And he always kind of distances himself, but doesn't really distance himself from it.
Write this down, guys.
Does this sound familiar?
If you want to run a government, learn from the best. Write it down.
Yeah. And this is even kind of deceiving because you hear Gujarat riots and you think, oh, well, they were complicit in planning one thing. Because you hear riots
just
and like
the one-
maybe a day or two, or like the LA riots were huge and they were like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah,
you know?
a Denny's got burned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Somebody
recovered.
flipped over a cow cottage.
This shit carried on for a year.
Jesus.
It was first a 3-day period of intercommunal violence in the western state of Gujarat, which Modi was prime minister or chief minister of Gujarat at this time. But these first wave of riots were targeting Muslims in the area, Muslim minorities in the area. And the first 3-day wave happened, and it was very destructive,
very
and awful,
very popular.
very popular with people.
You gave it a 3-day sampling. We got the numbers that came back were huge.
Yep.
We put in a full season order.
People wanted more.
People wanted more.
They got the taste, and it tasted great. So further riots targeting Muslims continued for a year.
Jesus.
According to official figures, the riots ended with 1,044 dead, 223 missing, and 2,500 injured.
And with your help, we can do better. You know?
We sure can.
We're going to build these riots faster. We're going to build them cheaper. We're going to build them stronger because that's the American way.
And how crazy is it that this is what makes this episode seem funny, that he does eventually make it worse by going, they're eating cows. And people are like, what? No.
If you thought we were angry before, wait
Yeah.
until you cows.
Cows.
Yeah.
Like these riots happened because of a train attack where Hindu pilgrims were attacked and a train was burned. But there's even with stuff like this, there's even people who are like,
there's a question mark.
Yeah,
because it's basically their version of how we were treating terrorism after 9/11. Every time there was an attack, we even to this day, when there's something bad happens, the first thing you see is must be a Muslim attack. We must get rid of radical Islam. Oh, by the way, it was 2 white guys. Well, we don't have all the facts yet, so we have to let's not pass judgment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's that exact thing where even the event itself, like the official explanation is this was Muslims targeting Hindus, but there are plenty of people who are like, it might have been the government who did it, so they had an excuse to attack Muslims. And but these what's happening now, it's just in response to people eating cows. Or is it in response to them just wanting to eradicate Muslims?
Or is it because Muslims eat cows? So, I mean, maybe?
They deserve to die. And that's a thing we'll hear as we go through this is people literally saying they eat cow, they deserve to die.
Yeah.
Which, holy shit.
They say this over their dead bodies after 12 people have attacked a family and beaten them to death in the street. They say that and say, well, they shouldn't have eaten cow.
Right. And we worry about, countries that have nuclear weapons. This is one of them.
Yeah.
For all the talk about us maybe bombing North Korea, China and India have been on the verge of nuclear war for 2 years now. And India and Pakistan are always on the verge of nuclear war. And now they have, I hate to keep saying it, a Trump type in office who's just like, this is how it's going to be. These people need to go. And also any other decisions I make.
And again, the only saving grace is the Indian government is not hell-bent on world domination. They don't have a Putin mentality of we want to dominate the world. They just want to eradicate that which they find disturbing. And right now, their focus is the Muslim faith, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's the definition of a human rights crisis and the kind of thing that we used to, these are the things we've talked about this before, where if someone intervened at this level, when it's just still kind of a small thing that you have to listen to an obscure fucking comedy podcast to hear about in the United States. Yeah. If we got involved then and could maybe talk to both sides, that would be us being a fair and just country. Yeah. Instead, we wait for shit like this to escalate and then find out if our business interests are involved.
Which side is going to be more beneficial, and then we step in.
Right. And that'll probably happen here too, because this shit is going to get bad. The thing about those riots is a lot of scholars and people just in general have argued that they were more in line with a pogrom, which was the Nazis, or traditionally pogroms are targeted toward Jewish populations, but people have started using it just to describe targeted attacks on minority populations in general.
You hate to say it, but you got to give credit because there's just a giant Nazi influence right now. You know what I'm saying? There's a big influence of Nazis.
Killing it.
They're just everywhere.
Yeah.
Are they the Beatles?
It's like they fucking started selling franchises or something.
Yeah, everything's tracing back to them, man. They must have done something right. Let's just put it out there. Yeah. They must have done it right.
They're like, you can put whatever name you want on it. We'll just sell you the plant. It's a turnkey business opportunity.
You can try to remix it, but we know where you got the original music from. You know?
Exactly.
We know where you got the sample from.
Exactly. So yeah, the other people have full on described what happened in these riots as genocide or ethnic cleansing. And so now the guy who probably oversaw that, or at the very least let it happen and didn't really give a shit, is in charge of all of India. And India is such a huge fucking country. We hear, the Muslim minorities. There's probably more of them in India than there are people in the United States.
Yeah, aren't they the second largest population behind China?
Yeah. And it's they made a point, we'll bring up another guy in a second, but he's in charge of one state in India, and its population is the size of Brazil. Jeez. And Brazil has something like 200 million people. So yeah, India is huge. And this guy who is now kind of ignoring another program of targeted violence against Muslim minorities, is in charge of the whole fucking country. And that's why you can't let shit like this spread. But here we are. So let's talk more about the RSS. They, like we said, they've swept recent elections. Modi is a very controversial, outspoken member of the party, as you'd expect, but he's also really popular with the masses, which that's how it works. He has promoted alcohol bans throughout the country and suspending food programs for the poor that include eggs as a source of protein. Can they at least have some fucking eggs? Give the people some eggs.
Hey, man, again, this is a very chicken-centric episode, guys.
It really is.
I mean, if you watched What the Health, you understand.
Have you seen that?
Nah, I won't watch
I haven't watched it. I've heard it's so fucking terrible.
You know what? I like junk food way too much. I'm not going to risk my love, you know?
Exactly.
I don't want, like, if I'm in a relationship and you tell me you have a video of my wife cheating on me and I don't know about it, I don't want to see it. No. I'd rather just live in a plausible deniability.
It's exactly how I feel about videos of the McRib being made.
It's not made. They just scoop it out of a ditch. Like,
Come on.
literally, they just go to a garbage dump and then they take a shovel. It's a McRib shaped shovel and they just stick it in there.
We were agreeing on so much, and then you drive this wedge between us.
Well, this isn't to be insensitive in any way, shape, or form. But if they started,
but if Muslims switched to McRibs, they wouldn't be getting killed.
Started beating people for eating the McRib, I would not object.
I would, except for the part where it would maybe mean more McRibs for me. Especially like you see someone getting beat for a McRib, that means someone probably dropped a McRib.
Uh-oh.
And that's a McRib you can pick up and eat yourself.
Yeah, because for some reason it doesn't get dirty when you drop it on the ground.
It does not.
It repels dust with anti-static charges. I don't know what's in those things, but they're gross.
They're fucking fantastic.
Shame on you.
So, one of his slogans when he ran was "Vote Modi, give life to the cow."
Come on, man. That's a T-shirt. That's Make America Great Again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Vote Modi. First of all, the rhyme scheme, Vote Modi. That's a mixtape.
I hope he had like a cow mascot that toured with him to put like a really fun cartoon face on his version of Nazism.
Modi the Moo? Moody? Moody?
Moody.
You know what I'm saying? Just Moody, the ethnic cleansing cow. This is you know what? Every kid should watch this Saturday morning cartoon because it's great.
We'll put a Moody, the ethnic cleansing cow in every box of Black Pete Crunch. Just little action figure for you.
Funny known fact: Black Pete Crunch, 75% beef.
It's what gives it the black. What?
Black Angus, guys. Black Angus. That was not a racist comment.
Oh, we have fun here. So yeah, give life to the cow was his slogan, and that's one of those things where, like, even that seems kind of funny, but you know what he's doing there.
Yeah, he's not saying anything bad about Muslims, but he is pointing out a thing about Muslims that we dislike.
Right.
It's the MS-13 of immigration, basically.
Right.
We're not saying all Mexicans are bad, but MS-13 is Mexican.
Yeah.
We need to build that wall. You see how we make that connection?
Exactly.
Come on, guys.
And the worst part of that is they're El Salvadoran. And people would still say they're Mexican.
That's in Mexico.
I did David Huntsberger's show once, which is at an El Salvadoran restaurant. And he was opening the show. And at one point he was like, and we got great Mexican food. I was like, whoa.
No. He would have gotten stabbed.
I know.
Had there been some El
Probably by MS-13.
In that neighborhood, yeah.
yeah, for sure. In 2015, Modi failed to condemn the lynch mob that killed a man, severely injured his son, and beat his wife. Critics saw this lack of condemnation as an endorsement of lynch mobs.
That sounds like I just heard somebody say that about our president like a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
That is weird. It's weird how that lines up.
Or like even before he was elected, remember there was that incident in Boston where two people beat an immigrant and they were like Trump, and he was like, my followers are
they're very passionate.
They're very passionate.
Very passionate followers. You don't condemn it because there's many sides. There's many sides.
Many
to this
sides
beef.
to the story.
There's many sides to this. Many sides of beef, basically, that you shouldn't touch.
The number of people killed over eating beef since he has taken office is insane. There have been 63 attacks that have happened since 2010, 60 of which, what the fuck happened? 60 of which since Modi took office in 2014, 24 out of 18 deaths were Muslims. But Modi remains extremely popular and is predicted to run without serious opposition in 2019.
Yeah. Modi gave a speech the other day saying, I believe he said the attacks are wrong. He didn't say the attacks are wrong. He says we should not be attacking people. That's not what Gandhi wanted, but the cow is sacred. He said that all in the same speech.
Yeah, that's such a conflicting statement because I think people will hear this story and kind of not give the word sacred the weight it deserves. Like, especially in this context, like sacred means sacred. People will fucking kill over that.
Yeah, I want to say it's the little curly things on the Hasidic Jews' faces, I guess. I don't know. Like, if you touch those, they will put their hands on you. You know what I mean? Like,
they will rough you up.
The Jews will punch you.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. That's just what I believe. That's why
I've assumed. So cool. I would never go up and tug on one just for that reason, because I think I'd get punched. Otherwise, I'm a huge asshole and I'd do it for sure. What is that? Yeah? What do you got? Got those sideburns? Got the curly sideburns? And I get murdered in the street.
There you go.
Rightfully. So beef, let's talk about the attacks a little more. Like I said, they're specifically targeting Muslims. Beef consumption has long been a subject of controversy in India, and it's banned in many provinces. Despite being banned for some time in these provinces, Hindu protesters claim that cow murders are on the rise.
Uh-oh.
That Muslims steal cows in the night.
What? They're sneaking and stealing our cows?
And they take them to secret slaughterhouses. These rumors are often spread by social media fake news.
Come on, guys.
Fake news.
Well, first of all, can I just give a shout out to India for having Twitter and Tinder? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
How are you going to get there are over 1 billion singles in this country. How are they going to get together? Let's fucking get swiping. You know what I'm saying? But again, we make light of it in the way we were just talking about it right now. But they believe cows are sacred, like next to godly. So when you have an entire populace that believes that, and then you're spreading the rumors on social media, because everything you read on the internet is true.
Absolutely.
That cows are being stolen in the night. There's MS-13 in our neighborhoods, guys. We busted some in Ohio. That type, it's just stirring up more controversy.
Right. And it's such a symbolic thing that, this guy doesn't take cows that seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's got so much money and so much power. He doesn't fucking care about cows.
Yeah.
He would be trying to, like you said, probably rid the world of eating beef.
Where is his program to protect the cows? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's get a full on plot of land, and we do like an endangered species, sacred species, put them somewhere where we know they can be protected, and then we know they won't be getting kidnapped.
Yeah.
There's no just, hey man, it's sacred, don't touch it. And if they but I heard they do.
And it's exactly. And it's one of those things where they're playing to a group of people that have really traditional religious values, and they feel like those values are being encroached upon.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the reason they feel like that is because they're being told that constantly, that these groups are coming in. And there's, as I was looking, there's so many episodes that could come out of this one thing. Like, since India passed its first constitution, they've been trying to also pass like a uniform civil code where certain like divorces and things would be handled one way regardless of if you're religious or not. And they can't even do that. So it feels more like a thing where they're just like, let's get this group out of the way and everyone will be better off. And here's the thing, we can tell this particular group to rile them up to get them on our side. Yeah. And then eventually, they'll have their opposition, but people will fall in line. No one's really going to go to bat for fucking Muslims in India.
No. Like that's like going to bat for communism in an American political race.
Right.
If I'm running for president and I want to change the government to communism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. That wouldn't even make a good movie.
No. Yeah. That would never happen.
Or would it? I don't know.
Let's write it.
Somebody write that down.
Somebody write it down. Yeah. And some of these protesters have claimed that killings are justified by Muslims, historic invasions of India, and that they deserve it.
Uh-oh.
And they feel wronged that Muslims are there to convert Hindus.
Uh-oh.
And Muslims are often a target of cow vigilantes as they do not view cows as sacred and are an ethnic minority. There's that part too.
You're not conforming to my religion. You don't believe in what I believe in. And you look different than me. Come on, 3 strikes, you're out, bro.
Right.
I mean, you deserve it.
And you won't believe this next point, but there are some Muslims and anti-cow vigilante protesters who claim that these lynch mobs are just using suspected cow slaughter as an excuse to target Muslims.
No.
What?
Why would they use cows?
That
to target
no
Muslims.
Sense.
Come on.
Makes no sense.
No, nobody's ever done that in the history of ever. People aren't like, no. Fake news. Fake
doesn't
news.
happen.
Doesn't happen. This is all fake news, guys. Sorry for all the misinformation we've been feeding you.
Let's talk about Yogi Adityanath.
My man, Yogi. It's a good name. Yogi.
Let's just call him Yogi.
How many yogis do you know? Very few. That's a good fucking first name. Shouts out to the yogis of the world.
He is the new chief minister of the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. And he is a hardline Hindu monk. He ran on a platform of a Muslim-free India if Hindu ignored their castes and band together to vote for him.
Oh, boy.
Like Modi and Trump, Adityanath is controversial.
You should just call him Yogi right there.
I don't know. I lost track already. Yogi is controversial and not popular with his party, but is popular with the masses. Here's the sticking point. Uttar Pradesh is the largest state in India with a population of 200 million.
Yeah.
And like we said earlier, for reference, Brazil's population, 200.4 million. As the largest state in India, Uttar Pradesh has great sway over national politics.
It does.
Amnesty International has condemned many of the yogi's anti-Muslim statements. He's a controversial and deeply decisive figure for his militant, misogynistic, and anti-Muslim rhetoric. He's been a vociferous supporter of a campaign called Love Jihad, ostensibly to stop Muslim youths from marrying Hindu women, claiming without evidence backing this up, that the intention was to convert them to Islam.
See, I thought Love Jihad was like a summer romance flick coming out starring whatever their version of Ryan Gosling is, because I watched that.
Yeah.
I would love to see a little Bollywood Gosling and Love Jihad.
Yeah. Or a band whose album just got 9.3 on Pitchfork, probably. That's coming soon. I know someone's going to be called Love Jihad soon.
Well, after that, what we talked about downstairs with the Supreme Court case, somebody is going to be called Love Jihad very soon.
Exactly. Ooh, preview of an upcoming Unpops.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he is he's been a vociferous supporter of a campaign called Love Jihad. And in an undated video uploaded in 2014, he said, if Muslims take one Hindu girl, we'll take 100 Muslim girls.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Right?
You know? Just call him the Trey Songz of the Indian trap.
Yo, Muslim girl chose me, homie. If they kill one Hindu, we'll kill 100 Muslims.
Jesus.
Listen to this. His supporters have called for digging up Muslim women from their graves and raping them.
Okay, now I'm out, guys. necrophilia and labor-intensive
I mean, on
rape.
the one hand, a slightly more humanitarian method of rape, because at least she's dead already, but also so much worse.
It's better and
So
worse at the
bad.
same time.
It's so bad.
That's amazing.
Whose idea was that?
Yogi's, man. Good old Yogi.
I hope it was.
That's him sitting down and going, what haven't we done yet?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, what we could do this, we could do that. Yeah. Been there, done that.
Like he's
What
got a proud
hasn't
comedy
been done?
box on stage and just pulled out a fucking headstone and was like, oh,
I got
There
it.
we go.
He carrot top that shit. Little
someone
dark
give me a
improv.
location. Graveyard. All right, here's what we're going to do to the Muslims in the graveyard. He is the worst improv comic of all time.
Give me a location. Graveyard. Okay, I just need activity. Rape. Cool, we're going to go
Got
with
it.
that.
That's easy. That's what I had written down already. Coincidence. He has also directly supported cow vigilantes. Last year, a mob lynched a Muslim man in a town called Dadri in Uttar Pradesh for allegedly slaughtering a cow. Yogi said the family of the murdered man should face criminal charges as well.
Now,
Who does he remind you of?
The biggest question, I was looking for this, but I couldn't really find any info on it because, you know, Indian news, not very easy to come by. Are Modi and Yogi aligned? Or is Yogi trying to take power and just be even more disturbing than Modi?
Well, that's what it seems like. Is Modi is kind of testing the waters here, because what this guy reminds me of is Rodrigo Duterte, where Rodrigo Duterte was just in charge of one part of the Philippines for a long time. And his policies there were what they are now. Like, he had death squads. He killed people in the streets. Very controversial, but also not that controversial. Not enough that anyone wanted him out of office. The previous administration at one point made Duterte their minister of justice. So while his policies weren't a national thing, they gave him enough of an endorsement that what he was doing, when it became national, people were just like, well, why don't we try out this?
Yeah, it worked there.
And this kind of seems like that also, where at the national level, they're sort of trying it out.
Okay.
And the next guy that comes along could be like, hey, you know that thing we were doing a little bit of? Let's do a lot of it now and see how much better the world gets for us. Because that's always the point, is when you eliminate this group, everyone's lives will be better. It doesn't matter what group you're talking to. It could be drug dealers in the Philippines. It could be DACA recipients in the United States. It could be any group, but that's always how it's sold, is you're struggling. We will sacrifice this group for you. And it always fucking works. And it's working in India right now.
Jesus Christ.
It's fucking terrifying, man. Where are we at? 42 minutes? Let's talk about one of the groups that carries out these attacks. They're called Save the Cow.
Hey, man. Again, looks good on the t-shirt. I'm on board.
It sure does. Like, that's almost the Chick-fil-A slogan.
Yeah, if Chick-fil-A would have put up a billboard that just says, like, with the cows painting Save the Cow and that weird cow paint, like the letters, it's like, oh, that's cute.
What if this group did that and then just had a logo that looked really similar to Chick-fil-A?
What if we found out
I'd be like, that's pretty bad.
What if we found out Chick-fil-A was behind this whole campaign? Chick-fil-A somehow is in charge of India. I don't know how this works, but there's a conspiracy there. Think about it.
That's why they want no eggs either. Want to be able to kill those chickens. That makes no sense. They'd run out of chickens. What the fuck? Bad idea, Chick-fil-A. One of these groups, Save the Cow. They were formed to close the gap in what they perceived as lax enforcement of cow deaths. To catch smugglers, they used telltale signs of manure spilling from trucks and raise the alarm via social media and word of mouth when they find a cow carcass. Vigilante cow protection groups operating with impunity have killed people for transporting cattle. Muslim men have been lynched by Hindu mobs for allegedly storing beef, and in one case for helping a mixed faith couple elope.
Well, see that right there. It's like everything was cow centric and then mixed faith couple.
Right.
Now, unless that mixed faith couple, if one of them was a cow, dude married a cow. Okay, things got out of hand here.
Yeah.
But it's like, you guys are supporting are storing beef. You're transporting beef. You're a dairy farmer. You love somebody different. Like, wait a second.
Yeah.
I don't understand how this was taken out by a cow vigilante.
Yeah. It's a big leap from protecting the cows to don't mix ethnicities.
Is this what PETA would be if they were just terrible?
Pretty much. Yeah.
You're wearing leather and then you're dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like if given the choice, they'd probably opt for that if they could. Oh, fuck PETA. They're the worst. These mobs have either beaten their victims to death or lynched them. Many of the lynchings or beatings, after being investigated, have found no evidence that the victims had slaughtered or eaten beef.
Mulligan? What?
Oopsie.
Our bad.
Sorry. Wah, wah, wah.
You just get that. Yeah, you just get that. No beef again, Mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that was an innocent mistake. We thought.
We were so sure.
We really thought that there was beef and that I smelled broth. It's like a bad police stop. It's like I smelled broth coming out of the vehicle, so I had to investigate further.
Exactly. In June, a 15-year-old Muslim boy returning home from shopping with his 3 brothers was killed in a brutal assault by a mob of about 20 men, because you know how you need 20 men to take down a 15-year-old?
Oh man, what are they feeding those 15-year-olds?
Oh yeah, they were all hopped up on steroid-riddled beef.
What?
Oh.
You seen how big these fucking kids are now?
They were doing a public
push-ups?
service.
Come on.
Keeping the area safe.
He had a hamburger coming right at me, sir.
His 3 brothers were hospitalized after also being beaten and stabbed. Police say the attack was over a seat disputed on the train, but the men who did the stabbing said the boys deserved it because Muslims eat beef. That tells you a lot about what's happening in that country.
Yeah.
Because arguments over petty shit like seats on the train, unfortunately, do escalate into violence all the time. And if you heard that, you'd be like, those people are stupid, but you wouldn't be that surprised.
Mm-hmm.
This guy took a perfectly normal explanation and was like, no. They deserved it because they eat cows.
Mm-hmm.
And now a lot of the people in the country will probably be like, oh, yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Because in the Bible, it was Adam and Eve, not Adam and beef. We're not touching the stuff, okay? We refuse to touch it.
If we had killed them earlier for eating beef, they wouldn't have been in that seat to cause that dispute.
See what I'm saying? Or had they been Hindu.
It's really easy.
Yeah, you see? Guys, we know how to solve the problem.
Easily avoidable.
Yeah.
Just, Jesus Christ. Are we getting invaded by cow vigilantes right now?
I know this is a terrible thing to say, but I want to call this situation a stand your ground beef law. You know what I'm saying? Can I go that far, guys? I don't know.
Stand your beef.
Stand your ground beef.
Stand your ground beef. I get it now. Oh,
I'm ashamed of myself for saying it, but it had to be done. It had to be done.
So we'll end on at least some moderately good news. People have actually been protesting this all over India and in cities like London. And it's not just Muslims protesting it, because I'm sure you would assume Muslims are protesting it very vocally.
Mm-hmm.
But also there is a Hindu group, not in my name, that started with a Facebook group after that 15-year-old boy was murdered that we mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
In this particular protest, 2,000 Hindu gathered in Delhi to protest the use of Hinduism as an excuse to murder Muslims in the name of cow vigilantism.
Well done.
Vigilantism.
Well done.
Other protesters in India have gone to more extreme measures to protest by eating beef in public.
Whoa. Shouts out to a good tailgate. You know what I'm saying?
Many Hindus who usually avoid cooking or eating beef have joined the feasts in defiance of the laws and to express solidarity with their Muslim brothers and sisters.
And also, beef is fucking delicious. It's like,
beef is so great.
Of all the ways you could protest, eating some fucking Kobe beef.
Yeah. I would say even shitty beef if you haven't had any for a while.
Next time we all go out for Korean barbecue, it's just going to be a protest as well. I think we can make that makes it a tax write-off.
Yeah.
Boom. There you go, guys.
We'll organize it nationwide. Everybody
go eat Korean barbecue.
Go out for beef on the same night.
Yeah, we all just go eat beef on the same night, and now we're protesting. And then we're like, yeah, we're going to make this happen.
There are vegans in the audience losing their fucking minds right now. Just fucking.
Do you know what the beef industry does to the environment? You can also, if you're a vegan or weird, whatever you people eat, you can boil a bean. I don't know. Protest the way you protest, but we're going to organize a nationwide beef consumption.
Yeah. Hopefully you agree people shouldn't be murdered over beef.
Yeah, bro. How about that?
Like not like cow beef, like rat beef.
Rat beef. Oh, you sometimes my fofo make sure all your kids don't grow.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
I can't do another air horn. It's been such an air horn heavy episode.
We can intensity eagle our way out of this bitch. There you go.
There it is.
As intensity eagle's gonna swoop down and grab a steak off the grill. For brotherhood, you know what I mean? That's just come on. That's the most inspiring commercial you'll ever fucking see.
So, what do we have to plug? Coming
oh my god!
We got the September 20th Glendale show. Come to that 7:30 p.m. Doors open. Starts at 8 p.m.
Hell yeah!
Lori Kilmartin, Greg Edwards.
That's gonna be baller.
Connor McSpadden.
Ow.
Keith Carey. Travis Clark.
Jesus.
And it's got your boy in the booth. That means I'm hosting.
ATB on the hosting gigs.
Gonna be so much fun. That show is a damn good time. Quincy's going to be on another one in October when Jeff May headlines for his birthday.
Guys, if ever you wanted to come and tell Jeff May he was a walking piece of garbage, do it on the 18th of October for his birthday when he headlines the Unpops comedy show at the Alex Theater in Glendale.
Follow it up with a gift to make him feel better.
Also, get excited now because we will be doing a live Unpops taping.
Right.
Live Unpops taping on Saturday, October 28th at the Hollywood Hotel in beautiful Los Angeles, California.
Los Angeles. It's such a fun venue. It's going to be air conditioned.
There's a full bar. You can bring food.
You can bring food.
You can bring us food. I'll have snacks. There will be edible deliciousness involved in some capacity.
Angie will probably make baked goods.
Ooh, she always baked goods. What? There will be live Unpops, and it'll be free at the Hollywood motherfucking hotel.
Come out to that. You'll get to see us just record a podcast. We're not even doing stand up. We're just gonna sit at the table and chitter chatter,
talk some shit, and then we'll hang out with you guys and talk more shit. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be.
But also. Oh, hey now.
Whoops.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Oh, no, that's me.
Cool. Also on the upcoming calendar for me on Friday, September 22nd at 7 p.m., blame social media at the Nerd Melt showroom at Meltdown Comics. Guys, come on out. We got Maranzio Vance, Ron Funches, Brent Weinbeck, Marcella Arguello. It's going to be an amazing show. Talking some shit. Then also on October 1st, Sunday, October 1st, Human Resources Anniversary Show at the Resident in downtown Los Angeles. Come on out to that if you can. Cool.
Come out to all of that.
Hell yeah.
All right. Let's get the fuck out of here. We have to record another one of these. Quincy, say goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, everybody. We love you.